Alright, what color would you say describes you?
Gold.
Why?
I just feel like you can't miss gold shit. You feel me? It stick out. You look around, everybody who got some gold, it sticks out. You can't miss it.
What Disney movie or movie do you relate to the most?
What Disney movie do I relate to the most? Damn, that's a tough one. Lion King? There's a few. Lion King, Tarzan, Coco. I'ma leave with them.
Hey, real quick, Lion King, it's crazy. That's a black story if anybody don't understand.
Right.
Yeah, so
Lion King is a hood tale. I just feel like Lion King takes you through every aspect of the journey for someone coming into like life and into themselves. Like you go through a period of doubt and fear and all this shit, but ultimately, like when you meant for something, like you gotta go get it. You gotta go claim what's yours, and it's one of them beautiful tales, bruh. That's like life.
Could you describe what it was like growing up in North Vallejo as a kid?
Hyper north. I get asked this question. I'm always like hyper north. It's one of those things that's indescribable. You kind of just have to experience it to know. You know, there's no details that could really bring it to life. But I really think, you know, a lot of my homies from different cities and shit had the same upbringing. So when I say hyper normal, I feel like everyone who grew up like us, we understand it, right? We have a conditioned norm that just exists nationwide in areas like Vallejo.
With you being so unselfish with your platform, who was that example for you?
Probably my pops. Like he's always been just giving and putting niggas in position and helping people kind of progress through whatever they doing, through whatever he's doing. He's just always been one of those. If we go somewhere to eat, he's paying for everybody. We go have fun, he's you know, taking care of everything. So I think just witnessing that shit growing up.
How important was it for you to build a team?
Very, very. I feel like a team is necessary. You know, like you can't win a ring without a team. You know, you can only go so great as a player. You know, it's just one of those things. If you want to go far, you really have to have a team. Like to create a dynasty, right? You know, it's the Warriors. Like you think of that year period, not just Steph Curry or just Clay, but you think about the team that made that shit happen.
How does it feel seeing that you dreamed of come to life?
Incredible, man. It's that shit don't make no sense. Every day is just like, this shit's wow. It don't make no sense, right? And we're just regular everyday niggas. Like just, bruh, me and my mom is the most normal person you can encounter. You feel me? And it's beautiful to just know that this experience isn't tailored towards certain people. It's for whoever works for it. Anybody can have it. It comes down to whoever works for it.
What did you aspire to be as a kid?
I don't remember. I mean, I partially an artist, like a rapper. I was rapping back then, but I don't remember having anything that my heart was set on.
What drives you to seek knowledge?
Being ignorant, being unknowledgeable. Yeah, I'm somebody, I just want to know. You know, with certain shit, if I'm gonna dive into something, I want to know everything because I want to do it. I want to be the best at it, so I just want to know.
Tupac said that if he doesn't change the world himself, he would at least spark the brain that would. So it's a two-part question. Who was that spark for you? And then after that, what spark would you like to ignite in someone?
I think I've had several sparks throughout. My pops initially, of course, and then Kanye West was a big spark. Lil Wayne was a big spark. Then Drake. Then Nipsey. Pac was an initial spark. DMX, Hov, and then now in life it's becoming like Sad Guru and Steve Jobs and Tim Cook and just Eckhart Tolle. Just, you know, the people that now I listen to like interviews and shit in the morning and just the books I read. Jason Wilson, another big spark.
You said, are you tending to your garden? Do you grow yourself? So how do you tend to your garden to grow yourself?
By doing shit that I love to do, being innovative, being creative. I feel like those things like taking risks really aids in personal development, right? It takes a certain type of nigga to risk everything to do something. You feel me? So just living. It's really how I nurture and water my plant. Just living, being alive, and trying each day.
Who was with you when you recorded your first song?
I think my partner Larry. Shout out Larry. Shout out my nigga Larry. That was in middle school. I remember he had got a laptop. His mom bought him a laptop. And we had this program called Acid Pro. And we used to make beats on FL. Like I started and I put him on. We both started making beats. And then we finally started rapping over them. And that was probably like 8th grade or something. We used to come from the school, hop on the laptop and start making shit.
What was the first song that you guys recorded?
You know what? I actually recorded before that. Actually, at one of my best friends, Pops, had a studio, and I recorded some shit with my boy KJ. I don't remember the name, lyric, none of that. None of that.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how good our band was?
Probably a -5. But probably I give it a 1 because just for to be a kid and initially start, I felt like I was tight.
Or some industry and local entrepreneurs that influence your entrepreneurship?
Hove, of course, Nipsey, Larry June, Kanye, Drake, Sad Guru, my pops early, entrepreneur spirit, just being able to witness. Yeah, those are some of my ones.
I've heard you talk about Pops and just his hustle. Could you describe to us just some things that you've taken from him?
Man, just diligence, discipline, dedication, like getting up every day and doing sometimes the same thing because that's just a part of the process. You have to, and not missing a day. And yeah, just desire to win, the willingness to do it. Like, people don't understand how deep that is. You have to be willing to do some shit every day. And my pops never stopped, you feel me? He didn't miss a bill. Like, he went and got it and made sure.
The intro to an album is very important. It's almost like a lawyer giving an opening statement. What goes into the process of writing or picking your intros to each album?
They usually pick themselves. It's like what you said, it has a certain level of importance and only certain songs fulfill that energy and that role, so they usually pick themselves.
Do you feel it? Do you feel that when you're recording that song? Like, this might be that one?
Sometimes when you're recording, sometimes after, you never get to choose when that feeling hits you, but you just know. Once you know, it's like, alright, this that shit, you feel me?
If you could say anything to the 12-year-old you, what would you say?
Do the work. Do the work.
Would he listen?
No, he wouldn't have known what that meant. But he would have seen it through my action and being able to put it together like, oh, it's one of those things you don't get until you get it. It's just a seed, right?
Why the name change from Toda to LaRussell?
Man, because Toda was just like a nickname, an alias, a moniker to just kind of being just to separate, to not have accountability, and then partially just out of fear of being you, fully you. And I just got to a point where I finally wrote an album that I felt like was my life story, and only LaRussell could tell it. I couldn't do it with any alias or anything. It felt like something I needed to have written by LaRussell, and then it was something I was contemplating for a minute, and then we did Silence Won't Save You, and it was like, this is the time to make that change.
Hostile Takeover, Blowing Smoke Pod, Innovators, Neighborhood Heroes, all podcasts that you've done.
Come on.
How important is it for you to tap in just to the local media?
Very, very. That's home. I mean, I'ma always show love to home. I feel like you have to do home first. It's funny when we partner with a group, NPR, to do this project, and I was telling them I want to do the big PR, but my focus is always home. I make sure that I blend in home in the midst of the breakfast clubs and in the sways where it's like, nah, make sure we get up in there too. So when we post, it's a little bit of everything. I think it's very important to build home as you go, because otherwise, you know, that's what builds that resentment. It's like, bro, you never helped us, you know, we made you who you are. Like, that's why people feel like that about artists. But I think it's a necessity. You have to build at home.
What do you want people to hear or feel when they hear your music?
Free, relieved, everything. I think as long as they feel we did our job well, I just want them to feel something. You here with LaRussell, and this is just one take. Nigga, go get that bag.